Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to share with you guys my summer reading list. Summer always makes me want to read. All I want to do is buy books and read them. That's probably because during school I always looked forward to winter and summer break because I could read whatever I want, whenever I wanted, and it wasn't ever restricted like it was in school when you had required readings. And now that I have a real job, I thought that feeling would kind of go away because I can read whatever I want now, but it didn't. And now that summer is here, all I want to do is sit by the pool and read a book, and obviously I have quite a bit to read this summer. So let's dive in and I'll show you what I'm planning on reading. So the first book I have to share with you is Judy Blume's new book, In the Unlikely Event. I am 2/3, like 3/4 of the way, something like that, through this book. I picked this one up at Target not too long ago. I had just finished a book and I was looking for a new one to read, and I had heard great things about Judy Blume. I have actually never read one of her books, which is kind of crazy. So I grabbed this. It was a signed first edition. There is her signature. I like getting books signed by the author. It's more fun when you get them signed in person, but it's still cool to have a signed edition. This book so far has been pretty good. It's not fantastic, it's not crazy captivating, but I will finish this probably in the next couple of days and I will throw up a post on my blog reviewing it. So look out for that. The next two books that I plan to read this summer are part of a series. The first one being the Cuckoos Calling and the second one being the Silkworm. These have been out for a while. They're by Robert Galbraith, better known as J.K. Rowling, which was released in probably the best marketing scheme that has ever happened. But her third book in this series is coming out in, I believe, July. And so I want to get these done before then so that I can order that one. My boyfriend and I started listening to the Cuckoos Calling on a road trip through an audiobook one day. He really liked it, and I think he actually picked up the hard copy and read the whole thing. I have a problem listening to audiobooks and they put me to sleep, but the story sounded really great, so I definitely want to read both of these because they look really good. I love a good mystery and the characters sound really fun, and I am looking forward to the third one already, even though I haven't read these two, so that is a sign of a really great series. Speaking of J.K. Rowling, the next set that I want to read this summer is the Hogwarts Library. I got these for Christmas a couple of years ago and I have never actually picked them up and read them, but I really want to read these. I have all 7 of the Harry Potter books. Obviously I read them. I loved them. I watched all of the movies. They're always so much fun, and I do plan to reread that whole series in probably the next year, but that's kind of a daunting task. 7 books is a lot to just pick up, and I know people out there read them in like 24 hours, the whole book. But that's just not something that I have ever done. But I know they're turning the Fantastic Beasts into a movie, and so I would like to finish this book before then so that I can go see it, and also just get through all of these because they sound really fun, and they come in this gorgeous little box, and they're all fake linen bound. They're not really bound in linen, but it's made to look like it. So these will be probably pretty quick reads. They're really short, they're really small. But that's what's next. So then one of my all-time favorite books I plan on rereading this summer, and that is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. I read this in 7th grade. I was 12 years old and it left a profound impression on me. I really, really love this book, and Harper Lee is coming out with what is technically a prequel. She wrote it first and then changed it to Kill a Mockingbird in order to get published. I have already pre-ordered Go Set A Watchman. It comes out in July. So this is on the top of my list because I want to reread this and then get that one, and I'm also considering ordering the audiobook because Reese Witherspoon is doing the audio, and I love Reese Witherspoon and I love Harper Lee's work. So this will be great, and I'm sure Go Set A Watchman will be even better. So the next book on my list is Belle Cora. This is a book that has been on my bookshelf for quite a while and I just haven't picked it up. So it is on the list to finish this summer. So this book is about a woman who owns a brothel in San Francisco, and her life is coming to an end, and she is going to tell all of her stories through the pages of this book. It seems really, really interesting. I bought it right before I moved to the Bay Area, and that's probably why I picked it up. Not to mention, I just love the spine on this book. The cover is beautiful. It was a great cover design, and I'm a sucker for good cover design. But I am excited to read this because I think it'll be a really interesting story about a really strong female character, and those are always great. So I'm looking forward to this one. The next book is a book that I got for Christmas from my parents, and that is Diane von Furstenberg's autobiography. This is a signed copy from Barnes & Noble because sometimes they get signed copies of things. Basically, I just love DVF. She's a great woman. She's a strong woman, and this story is just about her life, and I hear there's some really great passages about her mom and all the lessons her mom taught her. I think she is an amazing fashion designer, and since I love fashion and I love reading, this book basically combines all of my favorite things into one. I really love reading biographies, autobiographies about women. I think it's a really great thing to educate yourself about the strong women in our society, and Diane von Furstenberg is definitely a groundbreaker. Barbara Walters also has a great autobiography, and there's a biography about the Kennedy women that's actually really gripping. It's really, really good, and I will link both of those other books in the down bar. So the next two books I have are on my Nook. I'm not usually a huge e-reader. I like having the paper copy, usually the hardback copy if I can, but these are on sale through the Nook store, and I couldn't get them for a better price anywhere else, and those are Rainbow Rowell's Fangirl and Eleanor Park. So I've heard great things about these books. They've been recommended to me by quite a few of my friends. I see people on BookTube talking about them all the time, so I plan to read those this summer. Those will probably be some of my airplane reads when I'm traveling this summer because it's easier to take the Nook than a bunch of hardback copies and just fits better in your carry-on. So those are the books that I plan on reading this summer. I'm also probably going to buy a few copies of Robin Schneider's books. I haven't read her books, but I have heard wonderful things, so those are on my list. I just don't own them yet. So some other books that I probably plan on reading this summer, I'm probably going to start the Game of Thrones series. I absolutely love the TV show, but I haven't had the nerve to start the books. There's quite a few of them. That's a really daunting task. I also plan on reading the first book in the Outlanders series. I've heard great things, and that's a series that I've wanted to start for a while too. So hopefully I get quite a bit of time in the sun, by the pool, on a plane, somewhere that I can sit and read all summer long. If you have any books that you're reading this summer, please comment about them down below. I'm always looking for a good recommendation. So as I finish these books, I'll make sure to review them and post them on my blog, so you can get a link to the blog down below. There's quite a few book reviews on there already. Like I said, I read a lot. It's kind of a problem. It's just a good thing that there's not a half-price books near my house, because otherwise my bank account would be really, really sad. So I hope you guys have a great summer full of reading. Go out and spread some sunlight to someone you love today, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!